Well, it works pretty good, but I think a weed whacker with some sort of different end on it would work better. So we got to lay into that first maple tree. I got some battle wounds. I guess I should have brought a pair of gloves, but it is what it is. I got this last year given to me on a job. Never used it before, but I think this machete will come in handy for clearing these berry briars. We'll find out. If I don't cut my knee here, this would be a miracle. Well, it works pretty good, but I think a weed whacker with some sort of different end on it would work better. So we got to lay into that first maple tree. I got some battle wounds. I guess I should have brought a pair of gloves, but it is what it is. Just to give you an idea how high this briar patch is, I'm 6 foot and it's well over my head. So, you know, most of the woods is pretty clean, but for some reason, when they logged this years ago, the sun's gotten in here. It's pretty open. And the sun gets in here and these berry briars grow like crazy. So in a few years, you know, when the canopies get a little bit bigger, it'll start getting shaded and hopefully they'll die out. All right, so CDL came out with this a few years back. I don't know how long it's been actually, but this is a spin seal tool. So this welds a nipple, a plastic nipple, right into the main line. So we're gonna show you how you do that. This tool is sweet. This is probably one of the coolest inventions I think they've come out in the maple industry. Before they had this, you had a plastic manifold, so it'd go over the main line. You drill a hole in the top of it first, and then you'd crimp it on there, and we would always get micro leaks with those things. It seemed like every time we had a leak, it was on one of those. So the new technology is these guys right here. This is pretty sweet. I mean, it pretty much virtually eliminates any leak where that ties into the main. So we're going to show you how that works. So all this takes is a 20 volt battery, DeWalt battery, whatever you want to use. This is what comes with the kit. Drop it in there like that. You can see it's powered on the back. And basically all this does is you go up to your main line. It's like a set of vice grips. If you ever use a set of vice grips, get the tension right, you squeeze it on there, and then you insert one of those nipples up in here, and then you manually spin it in. So we'll go show you how to do that. You can follow me with that, Bren. So in the last video, you saw we put these whip lines on, what I was talking about. So now we're gonna find a good spot for it, which is right there. And then we're gonna take one of these, stick it up in here in the shaft. It's right here like so. A little tension on it. And we're gonna hit this green button. And we're gonna run this until we get a nice little bead of weld around that nipple. Something like that right there. One down, 29 left to go. This is probably one of the cooler parts of the whole job in the woods. I enjoy doing this. This is kind of effortless and it goes pretty fast, but you get a lot of steps in. So what we have to do is we'll walk all the way down this main line, 800 feet down the mountain, putting these in, and then we'll come back up through and drill them out. You want them to cool. You don't want to you don't want to drill them right away. It's just not good. It doesn't make a good clean cut inside. So, and you take the risk of getting plastic inside the tubing system. Another good indicator that you're there is you'll see a little smoke come off it because it's friction, it's getting hot. Then you know you're there. So usually I let it sit on there for a couple seconds, then I pull it off. I usually just clean out with my finger a little bit. So when we come back I got a drill bit that goes on my cordless drill, and we'll drill this hole out inside there. I don't know if you can see directly inside that, Bren.
Yeah, kind of.
That gets drilled out inside there, and then this will fuse on the end of that nipple, and this will allow the sap to get from the trees into the main lines and head down to the building. It's a pretty awesome invention. Whoever invented this, I love this tool. It's expensive, it's not cheap, but it saves a lot of messing around when it comes looking for leaks. But like I say, it goes pretty fast, so we already got 4 in. We're getting our steps now. Whew, we made it to the top. All right, so here's a couple more attachments that come with the kit. This is the drill bit that you got to drill those nipples out with. I'm gonna put that right in the cordless. And then this goes in the tubing tool, like so. And what that does is when we grab that whip line to squeeze it on, this is against the back side of the tubing so it doesn't dent the tubing. It makes it go on a lot easier. So we'll go show you how we do that. All right, so we're back to the first one again. So this is how this works. So this is already preset, this drill bit. We're gonna stick it in the hole here, and we're gonna go wide open with it. And that's it, right there. Should be a nice clean hole. So the way to tell if you've drilled these out or if you've missed one is there's 2 ears right here. They're gone right now. I'll show you on the next nipple that we do, but they're cleaned off. So you know that you've drilled that out. Because if you miss that, none of that sap's getting in that main line and you'd lose serious production. That wouldn't be good. So that's all it is. And then, you know, here's a little bit of your plastic.
Some hair so you can put on a wig.
Yeah, I got all my hair. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Remember I was telling you on the last one, those 2 ears? See the ears?
Oh, yeah.
One there and there's one over here. All right, watch what happens when I drill it out. See how they're gone? Yeah. So you know that you've drilled that one out and you're good to go. Last year I actually missed one. When you do thousands and thousands of these, and sometimes you mess up. That's why you always got to double check. So now that that's on there, we're going to put the whip line on, and I'll show you how to do that. So this goes like this. Get this in here like so. You got to play around with it a little bit. And there you go. That's how you put that on there. So the tree line is to the hook connector. From the hook connector, the whip is in, and the whip is hooked into the spin seal nipple. So the sap will come in here, it'll go around this and in the mains and down. And like I said, this whip line is for looking for leaks. Like this is the only way you can tell if you have a leak on this. Leaks are the most important thing. Like if you have a lot of leaks on your system, you can't tap early. We like to tap in December, and it'll start shutting your tap holes down. So you got to stay on top of them. You know, that's the most important thing if you want to make a lot of syrup and get a lot of sap yields. So this guy right here, that's the heart and soul of the whole operation. All right, so I took Brennan down, dropped her off. She had some things to do. I'm back. I got to get loaded up with all the tools, and we're going to go 900 feet up the mountain, putting spin seals in, drilling the rest of them out, and then putting the whip lines back on. That's the last one right there. So I think I counted there's 30 lateral mains on this sub main and roughly 5 taps, maybe a few more. So we're looking at 150 total taps on this 1-inch sub main. Probably maybe like 160, 165. So that's good. You get up around 200, that's real good. So this one's done and we're on to the next one. All right, so I just finished up the spin seals and everything on, I think it was number 4. So we're gonna start running lateral lines on number 5. It's a little after 1 o'clock, it's almost like 1:30. This morning it was funny, I woke up and it was 48 degrees at the house, which was, kind of felt great, kind of felt like fall. And really we're only, what are we in, August, September, October, November. We're about 5 months away from the start of maple season already. That's crazy. Can't believe it's gonna be here already. We got a lot of work to get done, but we'll get it done. We're gonna work from here till then, every weekend, you know, when I'm not working my regular job. So we've got to get this woods built for this upcoming season. So it's a little trick I like to do, is wedge my fiskars in there by the spooler so it doesn't slide down the hill. You can't really tell how steep it is here, but our grade, we got a pretty steep grade here. It's all 10% or better, but that works good. That way when I'm pulling the roll out through the woods from the tree to tree, that it doesn't slide down the hill on me. Another one down. Hopefully I can hold that tension. That was a near miss right there. We'll bring the chainsaw back in here and cut that out. I don't have it with me, but that way we can walk right up to the tree. Back down here to the pump house. I think that's going to be it for today. Made good progress. I got number 4, all the whip lines on and the manifolds welded in. So I went and I started on number 5 running more lateral lines. So next weekend we'll get back up in there. We'll finish number 5 and number 6, and then we'll get all those whips and spin seal nipples in them, and then we'll go back on running big pipe. And now I don't think you guys have seen us run the 1.5 inch yet. That's some mean stuff. Thanks for watching.